Hello. Hello, everyone. It's me, Christine, again. It's Saturday. It's the day of our Lord, Simplynailogical. Our Lord and Simply Savior. Can you say that about yourself? Yeah, that's too weird. Welcome on in, everyone. How you doing? How's it looking? How are your nails? Are they naked? That's a sin unless you're going to be painting them with me today. Then that's allowed. So welcome on in. It's Simply Saturday. We're just going to chill and chat and paint and sip and organize and yap. I'm trying to think of more rhymes. What else? Yap, sip, those don't rhyme. Sap, we're going to sap. So grab your tea, your water. I haven't spoken yet today, you know? You know that feeling? You're like, what? Hold on. Voice, wake up. Command. Alexa. I'm sorry. Never mind, Alexa. That was for you guys. I didn't just wake up. I woke up like 4 hours ago, but I haven't spoken yet today. It's like your vocal cords need a chance to remember that they work. I need to go make my tea. Make it. We'll wait. Currently on coat 2 of Grape Expectations, wearing Sky Lounge with Cosmic Unicorn Skin. Ooh. Fuck, I love Sky Lounge. She was such a goodie. R.I.P. That's my secret favorite shade that's long lost. I'm wearing the same color as her. I'm having coffee. Is that okay? No, William. It's not okay. You know, I'll make an exception because I do for Ben. You know, he's okay. I keep Ben in my life and he's a coffee drinker. And I think he's an addict. Don't tell him I told you, but I think he's addicted because when he can't drink coffee for whatever reason, he goes crazy and he gets mad and he has a headache. I'm like, looks like you're addicted to caffeine. Yeah, I know that's like super common. People say that. But then they say like it'll help them not have a headache. But I mean, that literally just means there's a physiological addiction, correct? I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm addicted to tea, but I don't think it's physiological. I just think it's mental. Like I'm mentally addicted to like, oh, I just need a cup on my desk at all times. And if an hour has gone by and I don't have a cup near me, then I start to just feel like, where's my cup? But like not because I actually need it, because I've had to go without tea, you know, whatever, or change the type of tea, because I'll go without black tea, for example. I mentioned this last week, I did a tooth whitening regimen. Usually once every 1 to 2 years, like I'll do it. The stuff like my dentist will give me, and then you just put the trays in for like an hour a day. And you do that for 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how white. But during that time, because the enamel is affected, you're not supposed to drink things that have pigment. So don't drink my nail polish, you know? So I was like, I can't drink, like, I definitely can't drink, like, hot wire pink, you know what I mean? Or I'm over brew. Like, that would stain the shit out of my teeth if I drank those pigmented nail polishes. Like, are you kidding me? Like, sweeten the pot? No, that would totally make the pigment in that gold. Oh no, could not drink the Jackpot collection. It was sad. It was really sad, honestly. Anyways, you're supposed to reduce the amount of pigmented things you consume because your teeth are more susceptible to staining while the enamel's getting eaten by the whitening. That's dramatic talk. I don't think that's actually how it works. So you don't have like berries or coffee or black tea. So I just switched to green tea or peppermint tea, which I drink anyways, and I don't mind it. So I basically had little to no caffeine from tea sources and didn't notice a difference. So, and when I'm sick and recovering from sickness, or when I'm on my period, I don't drink like energy drinks or anything that has extra caffeine, and I literally don't notice a difference. So I don't think personally the tea that I consume has a meaningful like caffeine physiological effect on me where I notice it if I don't have it, because I've had to not have it or switch the type so much that like I don't really notice it. But everyone is different, and maybe there's just more in coffee than what I consume. I don't know. Gasp, no nail polish drinking for 2 weeks. I know. I'm back on it though, because I'm done. Did it work? They're white now, I think. Oh my god, no caffeine? Yeah, some of you would die. Here, let's do a poll. Would you... We're being dramatic. It's dramatic Saturday. Would you die without caffeine? Any form. Whether you get it from energy drinks, from coffee, whether the tea or caffeine from tea has an impact on you, it doesn't really, to me. I just like, I don't know, I don't really believe it. Like, I'm not eating it. But let's see. Like, Ben would pick yes, I would absolutely die. Fun fact, Peter Jackson always has a cuppa in... What's a cuppa? Like, you just mean like a cup of coffee in his hand during filming of The Lord of the Rings, and never spilled it, even when coaching scenes. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I've tried it, and it's not the life for me. Caffeine forever. Well, like, when you're addicted to it for years and you go off of it, yeah, you're gonna suffer. But I guess, like, I don't know, only if you have some consequence from consuming it, or your doctor's like, you gotta cut back, sir. And then you're like, okay, fine, you know. Or you want to whiten your teeth. Cuppa is British for cup of tea. Oh, that's right, a cup of tea. Actually, okay, I should tell you about what I did yesterday. If you saw on Snapchat, it's been spoiled. But I went to a cute little tea party underground thing. Simply, did you watch the Odyssey? No, but Ben did. I'm definitely dependent on caffeine. Yeah. Okay, let's see what chat says, and then I'm gonna whip out my swatch sticks, and then we can chat. I use caffeine to help treat my migraines, so I need Excedrin, migraine, and Coca-Cola. Yeah, that's what Ben says. Caffeine makes me tired. Is that how that works? I mean, that's good, I guess, because then you don't want it. We need 4 options for this poll. Yes, coffee drinker, no. Well, I don't know. People consume caffeine in different... Like, you can get it from, like, Coke, right? Too, right? I don't know. I don't really drink pop. Just, like, sparkling water, flavored sparkling water shit. I like that. Would you die without caffeine, chat? Okay, half of you, just over half, 52% of you would die without caffeine. Okay, now, 50%, we're even. You know what I want to do? Compare you to the general population. Let's see if I can find a statistic. Who knows what data America collects on a national level, or how they collected it, or what the methodology is, but let's see. What percent? I'm just doing Americans because most of you are American. Are dependent. Let's see what comes up on caffeine. Like, surely there was some sample study done. Obviously, you know, we're not fully researching this. We're just looking at the headlines. Consumption versus dependence. Yeah, those are 2 very different things. But I'm more interested in, like, dependence. I feel like that's a proxy for would you die. Clinical dependence. Roughly 20% of regular consumers meet clinical thresholds for dependence. So maybe some of us are just being dramatic and saying, like, yeah, I would die, but, like, you wouldn't actually die, you know? But regular consumption, 80 to 94% of Americans consume caffeine. I mean, yeah, it'd be rare to find someone who doesn't consume one of the above, right? Daily habit, 64 to 80 consume it every day. Yeah. Huh. But then you see some other studies, 35% met the criteria for dependence when using the DSM, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual dependence criteria were used. Huh. Caffeine is the most widely used drug in the world. Should we make a pamphlet? Anyways, it's very common to be addicted to caffeine. It's the #1 drug, you know? And half of you would die without it. Okay, this poll was basically done to make Ben feel better. So Ben, half of chat would also die. You know, you're not alone. Compared to sugar? Yeah, I guess if we're calling sugar a drug, sugars would be over 90%, I'm assuming, right? We're just a bunch of drug addicts. That's what I've been saying since 2016, guys. I'm drinking green tea because I can switch back now to black tea, but I just wanted to finish the packet. I don't know. I was just like, I'm not gonna let like 2 more servings sit there, so I'm still drinking green tea. This one is Countess of Seville. I don't know how to pronounce it. From David's Tea. It's my favorite green tea from them because it has a little hint of warm orange in it, and I like that, as opposed to the more like traditional, match is the wrong word, but like a bit more grassy or weedy tea. I prefer like make it a little bit citrus. So Countess of Seville is my favorite from David's Tea. It's been around for years, but then they was like out of stock for like years, and then it came back, so I was like, yes. All right, let's paint some sticks, bitch. Not you, just the rhyme. Okay, I'm gonna get some paper towels so we can lay out. We have to paint Jackpot. Last time we painted Coastal Cremes, which we have to label, and Pop of Holo. So now we gotta paint Jackpot. So let's do that so they can dry. And sorry if I've missed something. I'll look at it in 1 second. One, two, three. Oh, should I put the toppers on? Doesn't, no. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got him. Okay, what did I miss? I abhor coffee. Y'all can keep your hot bean water. See, people say that about tea. They say like you're like grass water or something. I just think if you think tea is like grass water, that you just haven't had a rich cup of tea. Like maybe you just had the wrong tea, which is fair. Like I wouldn't tell you to try a green tea if you've never had tea before, because you'd probably be like, I don't know, what is this? Or if you're a coffee addict and you like flavor, then you should probably start with a black tea, like Simply Maple Breakfast. And I'm not just saying that, but I designed that tea. That's my collab tea with David's Tea. It's a black tea, so black tea is probably the richest and most bold or flavorful, I guess. So if you're used to coffee or just like flavored lattes or something, then you want to start with a black tea, and maybe even a black tea that has a flavor of some kind. So mine is enriched with like a little bit of maple sugar and oats. Like there's literally oats in it, so it helps make it a little bit more full body. And I do add oat milk in it to give it that like a little bit of a fake latte kick, and you can go all out and like steam it, froth half oat milk to make it more of a treat. But yeah, I'd start with like a black tea that maybe has a flavor that you like. There's like chocolate, there's orange, there's maple, there's like endless vanilla. Vanilla's a good one. Rose, if you like that. So I'm not really a fan of that, but Anyways, that's my hot tip for all the caffeine addicts who are addicted to coffee. If you want to try tea, it's a little bit less caffeine, but still fun. Mac Attack, Hello Christine. It's the next launch, a low-key launch. Yes. Not a Saturday, correct. Is it on a Wednesday? That's TBD. And can you give us another clue, pretty please? I mean, does the day of the week really matter as long as it's not a Saturday? Honestly, like, question for you guys. And then I'll read the next chat. Because that's something we've been experimenting with. So, okay, we're yapping now. We're yapping about what day of the week should we launch a low-key launch. So historically, Holo Taco has done like Saturday launches because I stream it. You guys like to see it. I like to yap about it. But then over time, it just kind of created this like everyone, you know, had to get on board and be excited, and it's a big deal. And like not every collection can do that or be that, right? So we have to be more selective. There's also other operational reasons why it's just helpful to not have every single launch on a Saturday and have some during the work week where people are in the warehouse and, you know, on their computers or more actively there. The team, obviously, some of them, a selection number, is around on Saturdays when we do have a big launch. But part of it is like, let's reduce that. And also for the customers, for you guys not making it like, oh my God, Saturday is a big day. So we've been doing midweek, trying different days. We've done Wednesday and then I stream later. We've done Thursday recently. We've also done Friday. Like, does it really matter to you if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday? Like, I want to turn this into a poll so I can get some data, but let me just read what you're saying and then I can decide how the poll should be constructed. You're right. I really don't care what day it is if it's not limited edition. I don't mind what day. I like Wednesday because there's a stream later. But Thursday, Friday is good because then you get time for a leak week before. Well, we would always do a similar number of days leading up, right? Like, it wouldn't shorten it just when day it is on, usually. Any day is good for me as long as I get to hear about the polishes on a stream. And I don't see why I wouldn't do a stream about a collection just the next time I stream, whether it's later that day or like that weekend. To be honest, I was surprised I ended up missing the last two launches because they weren't on a Saturday. It was confusing. Really? But it's been a year of doing low-key launches not on a Saturday-ish, right? Not every single one. Huh. It doesn't matter to me as long as limited editions stay on Saturday. Yeah, I hear you. That's kind of where we're keeping those. I think it depends on how special the launch is. Yes, that's kind of our logic. Like, anniversary, Jackpot, obviously Saturday, big deal. Everyone come hang out on the weekend. Day of the week doesn't matter for non-big launches. Wednesdays are best because of the stream later. Okay. So let's see if we can construct a poll. I like Saturdays always. I feel like orders will ship faster when the release is on Wednesday. Orders will get fulfilled quicker if the launch is during the work week, for sure, because then the warehouse is available and there. Some exceptions during holiday season, it's possible that the warehouse is actively fulfilling on a weekend. It just depends, but not always. So yeah, generally speaking, no. So yeah, Wednesday releases, you get to see that. But the other reason, though, why you maybe just think Wednesday equals faster is because when a low-key launch happens, less people notice, like other chatter basically inadvertently said, right? And when less people realize it or care or notice or have a reason to purchase at all, that means there's a net less or lower volume of orders, which means that your order, assuming you placed it, is more likely to be fulfilled on that day. So that's been a great perk that people have realized, but it's not necessarily because it's a Wednesday. It's because it was a low-key launch where there wasn't a limited edition factor or enough of a compelling limited edition factor, for example, that people, like everyone was buying. Like Jackpot, like everyone, you know, it gets concentrated, the sales on launch day. But a low-key launch like Coastal Cremes like is not. Like that one has longer legs, if you will. Like the wine I learned about. Long legs. Sorry. Never mind. So anyone who does order on launch day, like this isn't a guarantee. I'm just, you know, on average, like way more, a higher proportion of the orders placed on launch day got fulfilled. Not because it's a Wednesday, but because it's a lower volume of sales day and the sales are more spread out, which is 8 million times easier. That's hyperbole on operational warehouse and fulfillment. To just like imagine, pretend there's like 100 packages that you have to pack. Like you have to pack 100 packages. They all 100 at once, or just 20, and then you can do 20 the next day and 20 the next day and 20 the next day. It's a lot easier to do the latter, right? And then all those people get the orders very quickly in their mind relative to when they place the order. So for that reason, we like low-key launches for operational reasons, and then it also means the customer has this perception that, not perception, like it's real, that they get it quick, right? When they order at launch. If you wait for a sale, you know, that's fair, if assuming something's in stock, but you're not, it's very unlikely that you're gonna get your order as quickly because there's just way too many people. It's a bottleneck, right? Payday Wednesday's true. Is that true for everyone though? Like everyone has different jobs. Like what? Different countries have like different days. I would love a Monday launch so there's a chance of it delivering by the weekend. Okay, fair. I always tend to buy the minute it launches. Huh. That's an interesting point for weekend delivery. I could hear that. Let's do a poll. Or wait, let me just read you guys first. I personally like Wednesday launches because my paycheck usually lands on Tuesdays. Okay, we got a Tuesday and a Wednesday payday. Yeah, I don't pick days based on when I think people's payday is because everyone has a different payday, and I also am not trying to extort you for the second you get paid. I think if you want nail polish and you can afford it, you should, you know, decide when that time is right for you. And I don't want anyone to just live paycheck to paycheck and then buy nail polish and that's all, you know, that's all they can do. While I understand that's a reality for people and like people want fun things, I just like, I don't like promoting that or the energy that I'll literally see some brands do where they like reply to people's comments about how like it's funny, or they'll engage with comments that are like, my bank account is empty, and then the brand will be like, haha, sorry, and I'm like, that's not fucking funny. Like, that's weird. That's weird, I think. While I understand and appreciate it's a reality that some people, you know, choose to purchase and they're on a very tight budget and they do wait or they use Afterpay, and you know, I'm not gonna judge or tell you what to do, but I'm never gonna reply in like a comedic way like, haha, you're broke, buy my shit. Like, that's fucking weird. I've seen too many brands do that, and I think they think it's cute. Like, have you seen that? Like, let me think of another example. Someone's like, buy money or you're emptying my bank account, and the brand will reply like, oops, can't help it, or sorry, we slayed, like, you know, with our new release. Who does that? A few brands that I see, and I guess it's part of the like Gen Z style response energy that I notice is a trend. Look at that. Fucking slay. Sorry. That gold is so sick. Yeah, it's not funny. It makes me like uncomfortable. While I appreciate people trying to be like funny, haha, we can all laugh because this economy is terrible. Okay, yeah, but you are the brand or the influencer, so you can't participate in that joking. That joking is for the people who it affects. That's how I perceive it. You know, like if I was living paycheck to paycheck, I would participate in it because it's like my life too. Let's joke, but that's not me, and that's that's not the brand, right? That's why I'm like, you don't have a license to participate in that. It's just fucking weird. Anyways, it makes me mad when I see it. And no, I'm not gonna name brands. My goal is not to, I don't know, cancel anyone. It's just like when I see that behavior from a brand, I immediately am turned off and kind of don't want to be a customer. It's weird. Did the gold ultimately stay in the bottom in sales? Yes, it's still on the bottom. Agreed, I'm a business owner, and I always tell people, don't give me money you can't afford. I'm not going to laugh about it or encourage it. That's exactly how I feel. And I've, despite like marketing science that like tells you to like, you know, joke in response to these comments or whatever, I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. It's fucking weird. And I don't direct my team to, you know, comment that way either. Because yes, we have social media people who respond from Holo Taco. It's not me at this point. And I've clearly said to them, like, we don't joke about people going broke or whatever. Like, don't, you know, if people leave those comments, they leave those comments. But like, don't be like, haha, yeah. So they understand that's my position. I guess if there is a comment like that out there by accident, I was unaware, or oops, like, I don't know, I guess it happened and it wasn't me, but whatever. Sweeten the pot and Sweet Yourself Taco are the two shades I got. Yes. I've seen so much love for chandelier showers too. She's a goodie. Ooh. And a good topper, like, stunning. Facts about separation from how the folks who are affected by the system can have jokes, but when a big company makes them as well, it's distasteful. Yeah, that's how I feel. But I've also noticed people don't really care, because like companies will do this and then the customers like laugh back. It doesn't really seem like it's negative to them. And I'm just observing. I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird, but okay. Yes, I put on 2 coats of 1 coat black. When it's a swatch stick, I usually do that. Okay, we've got... What a nice color palette. I know we've just done 1 coat, but... I like this, like, rich, luxurious palette. So fun and just feels different, you know? Will chandelier showers be available for Holo royalty bringing back? I don't know, man. Those are gonna get more complicated, because as much as I would love to put everything up for a vote to bring back, if I already know that like those flakes or some pigments in chandelier showers is going to be very difficult, do I put it on the bring back anyways, and then it's just brought back like once if we can? And not a promise to keep it forever. Like, maybe I just do that. Is that better than nothing? You tell me. I'm the CEO. You tell me what to do. I think customers want permission to spend money they know they shouldn't, so the brand leans into it because they know it benefits them. That was perfectly said, Bubble Hat. That's exactly that's why they do it. Yeah. And it's under disguise of like just being cutesy, like slay, oops, or whatever language is accompanied by the response from the brand when they're encouraging the yeah, go broke. But yeah, I mean, they are motivated but for obvious revenue reasons. Which in general, like, yeah, they're selling things. But it's just that particular way of doing it that gives me the ick. Yes, one-time bring back is better than nothing. That's better than nothing. I'll take it. Have an option to bring back one, but only for one restock. Okay. Posture check. Fuck. Bella! You're right. What if every few years there's a royalty vote to bring back a few limited editions to come back for a limited run, not permanent stock, but a redo? So we could do that if we knew that we could procure the pigments in it. So we'd have to like do all that work to check on it, and then that gets voted on. But it seems like people are okay with just do a one-time. Which, I don't know, I thought people like wouldn't be, because they'd be like, no, that's doing FOMO on purpose. And I'm like, well, I don't know what you want me to do, because I could just not. So we've intentionally excluded some shades from past bring back surveys because we know we couldn't get it back, or it wouldn't be easy to continue to restock. So we just excluded it from voting, right? Like, you could probably think like, why was that one excluded? Well, that's probably why. So I was avoiding that. And so to date, our bringbacks have generally been under the perception that like we keep them, and you know, maybe they retire after a few years or whatever. But I think the supply chain is just making that very difficult and no fun, you know? So I kind of think we might have to pivot into what sounds like I'm suggesting and you think is fine. Let's do a poll. If we did a royalty vote to bring back no, I got chandelier showers on my arm. Oopsie, I gotta type like this. One time run. This okay? Yes. No. Evergreen options only. Does that make sense, or is that too confusing? Okay, so if we did a royalty vote to bring back past limited edition or retired polishes, but we could only do one run, and it would be marketed as that. It would be marketed as a limited run when it releases. So yes, if you consider that FOMO, then it is. I mean, it is if you're, I guess it is, but I personally see FOMO in two different boxes. There's intentional FOMO that didn't have to be that way, or there's FOMO where there's a logistics or other supply chain reason. Customers don't always know the difference or care. This would be for the latter reason, is kind of what I'm thinking, because it would open up putting way like all of like everything almost, unless I literally can't get the pigment at all. But I might be able to get it for one time and then just like make that promise, do one batch. But I'm also acutely aware of people being more sensitive to that and perceiving it as like, she's just trying to take all my money. And it's just like, okay, well, no, don't buy it. I'll literally tell you, don't buy it if you don't want it. Yeah, it's just a chance for people to vote what they like back. It's kind of fun. I think you guys like doing that. I like giving you that option and that choice rather than us just deciding. I think it's just fun. Depends if it's so limited it'd sell out in 10 minutes. Well, we don't stock that on purpose. We don't forecast to sell out in 10 minutes, if you haven't noticed the last at least like 5 years. Like Jackpot, all still in stock, all limited edition. So no, we don't forecast. As again, it's difficult to predict the future, to predict the weather. Sometimes you just never know. But generally speaking, like, our goal is not to forecast to sell out in 10 minutes. So I cannot promise that something wouldn't or would stay in stock until X amount of days. Like, that's crazy and impossible. But, you know, if all things follow our forecast and all the variables align and there's nothing extraneous that happened and we did a good job, we were accurate in our predictions, then we want to be able to keep in stock for a little bit. You know, so people have a chance. I don't want to make it products where you have no chance, like 10 minutes. Like, what the fuck is that? That's stupid. But a lot of brands plan to forecast to sell out in 10 minutes or less. I can think of many makeup companies who do that on purpose. It's literally part of their, like, brand marketing deck. Now, maybe they don't know if it's exactly 10 minutes, you know, give or take. But that is a strategy. Because you can, if that just happens in the beginning, that's going to happen. Like, fair, you know? If you guys were kind to me when, like, yeah, we sold out in, like, 10 minutes when I first launched. How the fuck was I supposed to know? And then it takes time to figure it out. You got to know the demand. You have to up your orders with suppliers. You have to be able to take on that more risk. It takes sometimes a couple years, you know, depending on the brand or the industry, to, like, get up to speed. But if you don't know that several years in and you're always selling out in 10 minutes, I don't know. There's something else going on, you know, and maybe it varies by industry. So, like, I don't know, maybe they literally can't get enough of what they're trying to sell. So who the fuck knows? But I'll notice it with, like, activewear athleisure companies that have been in business for like 6-8 years, and every launch I'm like, huh. Okay, none of us that are truly loyal to UNHD think that way. We know you don't do well. We do, because the definition of it is just marketing anything that is advertised as it might sell out, right? So we do. I just think trying to unpack the intent behind it and why is something, it's like the nuance about it. But again, like, not all customers, or not even customers, just like people on the internet, like, care. And I don't expect everyone to, like, listen to 80 million hours of my stream to understand all of these things. So, like, it's fine. Like, a lot of people, yeah, like, you guys listen and you're interested in this, so of course you have a different take on, you know, how badly we do FOMO or whatever. But I think there's also people who just don't want to hear my explanation. So, okay, that's fine. I don't want to hear them either. Them, not me, I mean. Okay, I'm gonna pick, actually we should clean this yogurt lid off a little. Sorry, I know I missed a few chats because I'd be yapping. We be yapping. So much tea today. What? People don't listen to your stream? Yeah, most Holo Taco customers don't listen to my stream, at least somewhat regularly. And I know that just by, like, pure numbers. Okay, let's close this poll. If we did a royalty vote to bring back, but it was one-time run, this okay? Okay, landslide majority of you were like, yeah, no problem. I think the bias here, let's talk about, you know, bias, fair, is that this, you guys listening to me are the ones who have all the nuance from hearing me out. And you care more about that, and you have that, you're equipped with that knowledge to, like, understand that it makes sense. So you're going to be more understanding, right? Whereas people who, like, don't care to listen to me and just see limited edition and they're like, fuck you. So of course it's 92% here, but if I polled everyone who shops Holo Taco ever, let's say you shopped Holo Taco once in the last year and you got this survey, absolutely because they don't have the nuance that I just explained. They would be like, no, how dare you? Don't do it. And think like, I don't know, that I could just magically re-release things and keep them in stock forever or something. So bring back just enough for us. Yeah. Limited edition will have less FOMO if it's stocked for 6 months rather than 6 weeks. That again is too hard to be able to gauge and predict. And sometimes you don't want to make product to last on a shelf for 6 weeks, because then shelf life, you start to care about it. If it's limited edition, like that, so we'd have to maybe make multiple batches. But if you're making multiple batches, then you're running into more issues with like, is that batch going to match perfectly? So yeah, that's why it's tough, and limited edition collections usually aren't around for 6 months. Like, that's just not going to work. But I hear you. And also, I can't really control it. Okay, I missed things. Let me find them. You need 2 more topper sticks? No, I'm just painting this one on black and this one on white. So I'm not gonna duplicate it. Okay, I also meant to use my members chat. Thank you, Maria. In Danish, we have a saying, coffee beans are the only prayers that work. In Danish, beans and prayers is the same word. Really? That's cute. I love that. Just got the last few polishes missing from my collection and Jackpot collection coming in. Incredibly happy to have supported you all these years. Thank you, Nosad. That's so kind. And I'm happy you're playing with Jackpot. So are we. Buffalo Brie, I was thinking the vibe for today's nails and wildfire season officially started in BC. Stay safe out there with all the smoke and stuff. I've had Feeling Sparks a while and I haven't used it yet. Well, it's the season. It's wildfire season out there. Feeling Sparks is a goodie. Yes, thank you, Ninja. We talked about paycheck days, Monday days for launches. Manny, wouldn't we lose a spot for evergreen bringbacks? No, because it would be included in the same survey. It would just be like, which one do you want the most? Oh, I hear what you're saying. But what could have been if an evergreen one, and if a hypothetically evergreen possible shade was voted back because the pigments do allow, did it need to be limited edition? I guess not. Yeah, good point. But if I'm like delivering confusing messaging, like maybe it's evergreen, maybe it's not, that's way too confusing. I can't do that. I'd have to pick the one that is the higher stakes one and just stick with it, or else everyone will be confused, and it would be limited, and just assume that one of those will probably win. But I hear you. Yes. Is it possible to have a red burgundy in Wanderlust? So the crystally pigments lean very like yellow to green shifty. So the base could be a reddish, but then the shift would make it very yellow and green. It would look cool, but it may not be continuous red unless we found an orange equivalent. I don't know. That's an interesting one, though. It's wildfire season in some parts of the world, and then there's heavy flooding. I know. What the fuck is going on? Let's talk about that. No, what do I know? I'm just painting sticks, okay? In Ottawa, I've gotten like a couple tornado warnings on my phone because there's like an automated system that does tornado warnings, and it's almost always just wrong because it's not actually like in the core of Ottawa. Nope. It's like surrounding area, but yeah, there's just been like fucking tornadoes and floods and wildfires. I really should have put a clear coat down first. I don't know, I just forgot. I'm just yapping. It's really hard to find a black one on a black yogurt lid. I'm SMRT right now. I'm like, what am I doing? Why did I put it on black? There. Yeah, you can see me fishing. I'm like, why am I making this so hard on myself? No. I swear. Oh, there. I'm just blind fishing. Wait, there's one. Let's grab him. Every year the wildfires get worse. Yeah, right? And that's like gonna continue to happen. I'm told by the news. It really does suggest like questioning where you live, and I mean that generally, not just for people affected by wildfires, but like Florida, for example. You know, when my grandmother was alive and she lived in Florida, hurricanes, you know, continued to get worse and worse over a period of, I guess, the last several decades, right? That's all over the news. Hurricane season has always gotten worse. Tornadoes are worse. Wildfires are worse. And I remember my grandmother being like kind of sad because she's like, you know, I want to live in Florida for 6 months of the year because she hates the winter. And she would move back to Canada for the winter. But she's like, I'm just worried that my house is going to be underwater. And you've heard that, you know, comment from people. And for her, just like being old and living on her own, dealing with a hurricane was just not ideal, or the aftermath. And her house was flooded, I think, twice over the last several years, a couple decades. I think that's good enough for a topper demo. I mean, she was fine. Nothing bad happened to her. She eventually died, but she died at like 96 and not from a hurricane. Just, you know, just died of being old and done. But like all these life events, yeah, it really makes you think like, do I live in a place where in 10 years or something, like I need to worry about this? So I don't know. Does anyone else think like that? And is there anything we can even do about it? Gonna be lots of climate migration coming. Who was talking about that? Someone was saying that like everyone's gonna start moving to Canada, and not just because of Trump or whatever the joke. I know every person who wrote me a piece of mail in 2016 said that. Yes, my grandmother was a snowbird. I don't really know. Like, I think cities, right? Like core cities, like Ottawa's a core city. In southern Ontario, we're not really close. We're not close to the fucking ocean. So we don't have hurricanes or typhoons. We don't have that's not true. There's fucking wildfire. There's some forest, but it's not like the amount of forest that's out in BC or northern Ontario, right? That's the giant masses of forestial. What the fuck is the word? Forestation. So I think like the type of city I live in is like not as at risk as some of the other locations for those giant like events. But who the fuck knows, man? Like even in the States, I've seen like full towns in like North Carolina, right? Like just, was that a few years ago or something? Get destroyed by, I can't remember if it was a tornado or whatever, but it's like not something they ever would have foreseen. And then it's like scary as hell, man. It's scary. Nowhere is safe. We all need to build a bunker, I think. Yeah, there was the hurricane in North Carolina, yes. Yeah. That's crazy. And I bet like that town never thought that that was a thing. I don't know. I don't know enough about geography and like whether that, you know, proximity to oceans or something. I'm sure someone knows more than me. Yeah, flooding. Let's go to the moon, honestly. I lived through a terrifying wildfire last year. Fuck, man. I worry about hurricanes more now that I live by the shore. Nowhere is safe, author. But growing up, I didn't have these worries. Interesting. But did you live in the same areas-ish or type of area growing up? And we just never thought about it? Maybe that's what you mean, right? Like, we never really thought about these things, like, 20 years ago. I didn't. Now, maybe just as a child, you just don't care. Don't think about money. You don't even think about expenses. I'm from southern Ontario. I live in Alberta now. There were never wildfires when I first moved here. We had fires super close 3 years ago. Yeah. Fuck, I have a friend out in BC. This just reminded me. I should check on her. Thank you guys for reminding me to be a good friend. Great book about climate migration called On the Move, The Overheating Earth and the Uprooting of America by Abraham Lustgarten. Ben, you taking notes? You want a next book idea? Just dropped. It's about doom. All right, we've top coated. Nope, just kidding. We have one more to top. We have the suit taco. Suit yourself. And we're also worried about nuclear war. Yes, I know. The list just never ends, guys. Oh, man. I guess the lesson is just fucking live. You know, live your life. Whatever that means. Have some fun before you die. New Doomsday Collection idea just dropped. Shade names are Bucket List. Why the fuck not? We're all gonna die anyways. Any other ideas? YOLO. Yeah, there you go. That's the spirit. I feel like YOLO should be gold. I don't know why. Just gold comes to mind. Maybe because it looks like the word gold. The Last Testament. Praise be. Praise be. Oh. Get in, loser. We're dying. Food scarcity brown. Food insecurity. Inflation. Okay, we're joking, but I would never actually do this, cause, but like, we can just yap and joke. Bye, lady. Bye, lady. That's so niche though, and like people would not understand it. Fuck off. Yes, exactly, silly munchkins. As we were saying last time, I just named the sheep. Fuck off. April Fool's is right. Should we do that for April Fool's? No. See, even though we think this is funny, and I still do because my sense of humor is like that, I couldn't. Like, I couldn't actually do that for April Fool's because people would be upset. But we can joke all we want. The collection box is a coffin. Yes. That's dead to me. We're all gonna die anyways, collection. So get your coffin set. That's actually a good idea for something that doesn't joke about how we're all gonna die, but just more of a twist on fate. Like I'm literally just spitballing. This doesn't exist. Everyone relax. Like the Twist of Fate collection is maybe a way that I could do what we're thinking without being like so obviously doom and gloom. Fuck life, you know. The Twist of Fate collection. And maybe it's slightly magical. So it's a little more feel good, but also dark. I just like the name Twist of Fate. And it could be in a coffin style box. But if it's a box, then it's got to be like a big deal collection because we don't do boxes for low-key collections or else everyone will say FOMO. And also, costs way more, takes way longer to do. Supply chain has changed. But yeah, what could we do that for? That's like a big deal. Could that be for like? All right, we already have an idea for our 8th anniversary. For our 9th anniversary, 9 lives. The 9 lives collection, and it's a coffin. That's actually smart. Guys, I'm so smart. I should come out with a nail polish line. I'm writing this down before I forget. The 9 Lives Collection 9th anniversary coffin box. But I also think the Twist of Fate, that could be a totally other idea, and maybe a low-key collection. I could just picture like dark pixie shades. Dark pixie, that could be like a Halloween idea. Dark pixie, like maybe some glitters. Everyone sign your NDAs. This is literally how we come up with collection ideas. Sometimes it's just me and Ben, and I just like say shit to him. And sometimes he's like, no, that's stupid. And I'm like, you're right. But then other times I'm like, wait, this is good. This is good. Write this down. They both sound really neat. These are both really good ideas. They don't exist. I'm not teasing. Like, I literally was just like, yeah. I won't write the doomsday, we're all gonna die collection idea. But I feel like 9 Lives or Twist of Fate concepts could play into that vibe and not be as explicitly like, you know, sad and doomy. Because you don't want to make people feel like a little bit of playing with it. Yeah, we're just brainstorming. That's also a good shade name. Like, literally brainstorming. They don't exist yet, but maybe in 2 years we release the 9 Lives collection, and then you can come back to this. That'd be sick. Like, it's actually a good idea. But is it 9 polishes? Actually, I need to do this poll. This is very important market research. I know you're gonna be biased, so I will note that. Does the 9th anniversary 9 Lives collection, or here, hold on, how many nail polishes in the 9, 7 to 8, 5 to 6, 10 or more. I don't know. Okay, the poll is going. How many nail polishes? Because listen, 7, 8, 6, 7. She 8. Okay, like that's where I like to sit, you know, in a collection that has a really good spread of like for example, right? Doing 7 polishes gave me a good number to play with. I got 2 toppers and 5 like colors, like shades to play with. So I do find 7's like a good number, like in a greedy way. It gives me like a good number to play with rather than 5, which I always found kind of like, we left things out. But anyways, that's just subjective color stories. And then if we do 8 for 8th anniversary, 9, but I'm kind of like, where is the limit, you know? So answer that poll. Is it 9 polishes, or just like, should we not do that? I'm gonna pee out the tea. You guys keep voting, and I will BRB. Refill your tea, get your water. We'll continue yapping. I'll be right back. Let me know what ad you get. Oops, that's the blue cat clock. There's the... She back. Sorry, I just realized I was hungry and I had to make myself a protein shake. But it didn't really mix well. It's a new one. Ew! Oh no! That's not good. That's not good. I hate when that happens. Okay, how many nail polishes in the 9th anniversary 9 Lives collection that doesn't exist? 75% of you said it's gotta be 9. Interesting. 17% said only 5 or 6. We don't even know what the colors are. Or if you did 9 items. Huh. That's an interesting idea too. If the theming was 9 lives, I feel like it makes sense to have 9 polishes. Yeah, right? And I think it's okay to do that once in a while to stay on theme with the birthday collection. Exactly. Like, that's why I justified the birthday collection. Because it's a fucking birthstone. But yeah, I don't know what the color story or anything would be yet. That'd be the next phase. First phase is just like ideas, words, concepts. And then I would get colors. I'm just doing a second coat of glossy top coat on these because I can. Because I have free will. That's why. And I like it. Extra glossy. I like the idea of 3 sets of 3. Wait, what do you mean 3 sets of 3? Like you can only buy 3, 3, 3? Oh, that would be tough to forecast. I mean, I'll do it, but all of those would have to be under forecasted because we have no way of predicting which one is gonna, yeah, because you have to consider the polishes in it and the 3 together, which is like a double layer of forecasting complexity. And if they're each in their own packaging, for example, then add even more. Whereas when it's just one thing, it's easier to forecast. So you just want to make our 9 lives very complicated. Yeah. So we could do that idea, but it'd probably sell out quicker because we wouldn't want to over forecast and like have way more of one than the other. So all of them would have to be a little bit more common denominator. That's just like my spitballing guess. They also wouldn't be in a box. There's no way we could justify financially selling the value of only 3 polishes in a collection box that we're not charging for. So no, like when it's a collection of, you know, several, at least 5, preferably 6 in this changing economy, to be honest, and the increased cost of box and materials, then it's not getting a box. A fancy box anyways, which I know you guys prefer that. So I don't think I like that, because then we're just breaking it up into like 3 little things that don't have a cool box. And then what about the people who want all of it, which is most customers who shop on launch day. Sorry, I found a flaw with that idea now that I'm thinking through it. I think it has to be like big 9 box, you know, that's what it is. Kind of like advent calendar, like it's the whole thing, the whole shebang that gets people excited. Like Dark Academia, yeah, that did not work. Fun facts. The collection set sold very well. The concept of Dark Academia, the 2 bundles that we made on purpose to address some customers' requests to like split up bundles. I want a discount for less polishes. I don't want cremes, or I don't want specialty. We literally did that for Dark Academia. the bundle sales of those 2 sub bundles were negligible, tiny, compared to people just picking up everything. So you know what that told us? And it's not because like people didn't like that collection. That was very vibey and fall, and our fall collections always do really well. Yeah, it was like negligible. So most people just wanted the whole experience anyways. Now, I'm not saying no one picked up the sub bundles. They did, but it's not worth it from a photography, operations, more SKUs, more warehouse packing complications, and marketing confusion perspective. It's actually a lot easier for us just to keep it clean and be like, everything or pick individuals, up to you. So we tried that, and that was kind of a good collection to try it with because I thought the concept really suited it, like the undergrads and the grads. So that was my idea to split them up. But it was not worth it. So that's why we haven't done that since, because the data suggested you don't need to do that. Or you're wasting your time and effort and operational value. So yeah, that's just what it is. Were the undergraduates harder to sell? It wasn't even a competition. Both of them sold negligible amounts. Like, it's not like, oh, we did really well on the graduates because they were specialties or something. Like, no, both of them were like a fraction of what we sold for the hero bundle, meaning everything. So like, more people were picking up individuals, which is fine, and we like that because people were just picking up their favorites. But those sub bundles were just not of statistical significant interest. So we're probably not doing that again, unless, I don't know, the concept was really compelling to split things up, I guess. Yeah, the Dark Academia collection literally taught me stuff. Yeah. You're right. Isn't it ironic? People go more for color than finish, I guess. They do. They also, I know we all like to think of ourselves as like very analytical. I can see through this marketing. I can choose what I want. I have autonomy, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, like, so many things I've learned from having my own brand, like, really do show me that the clarity and cleanliness and making the pathway to selecting something easier and just taking choice out of the equation and not having way too many SKUs and not having a choose your own adventure times 800 options is actually just works way better. It's just less confusing, even though in theory we're all like, oh, I want all the choices possible. It doesn't resonate, because even when presented with more choices like that, it just, like, I guess people aren't picking them up. So we're not gonna do that because it's wasting our time and resources when we put so much effort into these things. We're just gonna focus on what most people want. That's all. Customers are weird. I know, right? Just kidding. You guys are so weird. Okay, let me move these over so I don't touch them. And now we can label these guys. But yeah, I've learned this about myself too. Like, I'm not fucking superwoman immune to marketing either. I get ads all the time. I just bought a new pair of jeans because it fucking probably heard me say I wanted multi-denim jeans. My phone's probably listening to me. And then I get an ad and it's like, look at these, like, tri-color jeans. And I was just like, fuck, I need those. Like, yeah. Yes, marketing works. I don't know, man. Or when it's a new brand that I haven't shopped before and there's like a sale, buy 3 get 1 free, I'll probably do it just to see, like, it's, whatever. I find it's better just as humans if we just like acknowledge whatever behaviors we indulge in. Literally, you could apply this to anything. If you just like are aware of it and you're like, yes, I know I do this, and then yes, that's better than like denying and being like, I'm not like that, or I'll never fall for FOMO marketing. Well, like, FOMO is everything in theory that says it's only here for a limited time. That's like fucking fruit. Some fruits are only here for a limited time too. So I don't know. We're not immune, you know. I'm not special. That's how I like to look at life. Okay, these are pretty though. Why is Cool Cat Mom just hanging out? I don't know. I guess she needs to be put on a wheel. But we got Pop of Holo and Coastal Cremes. We gotta get out your brother. Amazon gets me all the time. I know, right? Gets me all the time too. Motherfucker. I'm always buying some like random thing that seems really useful off Amazon. And sometimes it is like a desk mug warmer. Like so fucking useful. I bought 7 of them to put around the house because I bring tea everywhere. But if you find something you love, this is what I also believe. If you find the thing you love and you want it in multiple colors, or you just really like the way it fits, or a bag, like maybe there's a particular purse that you like and you just use them all the time and you want the different colors like that, I fully understand that. I am a collector, and when I find something I like, give it to me in 87 colors. The mugs, give me 87 mugs. I'll take it. Over time. Not all at once, but I will build up for things that I like. And that brings me joy. I don't know if that's the same as like being like a shopping addiction, because I don't find that. Like, I don't really get a thrill from like, oh my God, I just need to buy something, anything. That I, luckily, I guess, don't really relate to. It's more what I'm gonna get out of it. Like when I know I like something and I want it, and then I have it in different colors, different color ways, if it's, I guess that's the same word. But I don't really participate, I don't think I participate in buying things just for the sake of it and then like never caring or using it, right? I don't know. I guess this is like subjective in how you interpret your own behaviors. I am a collector. And I saw someone ask, are you a completionist? Sort of, but I'm not like what's the word I'm looking for? Like obsessive completionist. Like I'm a reasonable, I think we're all fucking biased about our own behaviors. I think I'm a reasonable completionist within my means, and I guess, yeah, my life looks different today than it did 15 years ago. But I bought a lot of nail polish, like, you know, a decade or 2 ago, when it was an expense to me at the time that was, you know, I should be careful. And I still did it because I prioritized that over other things, you know? And I still would, like, if I'm buying clothes or something, I would like be very selective. Like, I'm getting 1 pair of Coach boots that I really wanted in 2002 for myself for my birthday, and that's my big purchase, like $200 or whatever. This was me in university. True story. That's when I found out about duties and taxes. Did I tell you this story at some point? It's kind of funny. International customers will laugh and relate. American customers probably don't have any idea what I'm talking about. But if you shop, this is pre-tariffs and whatever, so just ignore tariffs. Because customs and duties have always existed. Beyyynn, thanks for the tea. Can I? This is bad, and it's my bad. It's gotta go down the drain. The protein shake. It's the new one I got, and it does not even mix. It tastes fine, but it doesn't mix, and there's like, it's like turned into like thick weird things. Like something's, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's gotta go. It's gotta go, Ben. My mistake. I don't know. Take it away. We got an outdoor tea latte. So good. Woo! When the tea latte hits. It's also the syrup in it. It makes it tasty. Okay. So customs and duties. What the fuck? The things we chat about. Are here. While I'm doing that, I'll show you. I'm doing this. This is my brother. It's called Brother. your brother. We're doing the Coastal Cremes. And if you can put !HT tracker in the chat, if you want, you'll get this, right? Which is the list I try and keep up to date with all of our shades and their names and when they were released. And you can check shit if you want, make a copy. But yeah, we'll do Pop of Holo first. Yeah, there's a link in the chat. So customs and duties are when you, for example, live in Canada and you're ordering something from America, and when that item comes from to the border, Canadian customs will impose a customs and duties fee to charge you for basically not contributing to our economy, and because there's no taxes. Now, when I order a shirt from somewhere within Canada, I get charged tax, whatever it is in my province. So there's a tax. But when I order from America, there's no tax because it's from an entirely different country's system. So there's no tax. So they do customs and duties instead, which is basically like tax by proxy or like an alternate tax. But it's to kind of charge you for ordering something from somewhere else, and a way for the country to make money because they're not getting normal tax. This is me like way oversimplifying it. Anyways, has been the case for like fucking forever. It's not new. Customs and duties is something that people in Europe, people in so many other countries, when they order from any different country, almost, unless there's an agreement, they probably have to pay a customs and duties import fee. Some countries call this a VAT tax, value added tax. And the most common scenario is someone from not America ordering something from America, because America is the capitalism capital of the world. So it's very common experience, right? For us being the collective international who just doesn't live in the States, ordering something from the States, and then yeah, there's a tax on it, whatever. This is pre-tariffs. Tariffs is even more. So just to be clear, tariffs is on top and new and unnecessary, but whatever. A Canadian, when I was in university, I think I was 21, I decided to treat myself to a pair of Coach boots. I remember this so well because Coach was like huge, and I really wanted the ones that had like the shearling or the whatever the lining is, because it's fucking winter, and I was like, Coach is so in, and these are $200 boots, and I'm gonna spoil myself because I'm doing well in school. And I bought them for my own birthday, and they arrived at my door, and like UPS or something brought them. I never ordered that much stuff online. Again, this is, what year is it? I can't do math. 2008, 9, 10? I don't know, something like that. It's like some stuff you buy online, but I could have also just gone to a store or the mall and found some Coach boots. But no, Coach.com, which I guess had like an American inventory, or just had a broader inventory, and there was like the perfect color that I wanted, because it was like black and gray, and I wasn't vibing with the beige ones that I'd seen, and I was like, oh no, I want that one. So I found it online. I'm like, oh, it's $200, like, ugh, fuck, but I'm gonna do it. It gets to my door. The delivery man gets to my door, and he goes, yeah, here's the fee for customs and duties. And I go, what? And I look at the invoice that he's showing me, and it's $100. And I've never heard of this before, so I think it's a scam. Like, I literally think he's not a delivery man. My boots are not in the package, and he's trying to scam me, and I'm alone at my house. It was $100 COD, which stands for cash on delivery. And the guy in a UPS outfit was telling me, yeah, it'll be $100. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, you have to pay $100 for me to give you your package. And I was just like, I didn't believe him. I thought I was being scammed because I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I already paid for shipping. And that's how I learned about customs and duties as an international buyer. So, you know, I'm not perfect. That's literally how I learned about the way the world works. I was 21, ordered Coach boots from America, and then it was $100 on a $200 value for him to release the boots to me. So guess what I said? I said no. Because I thought it was a scam. I did not slap him across the face or tell him this is a scam. I probably was just like too anxious and like didn't understand. And I just said like, no, sorry, I can't do that. And then I like quickly shut the door. Cause I didn't know. I'm like, this man is, and then I remember I like looked online. I'm like, what? Is it true that when it comes to your door, do they charge you for something called customs? And then it's like, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So I didn't get the boots. And then they were sent back, and then I got a refund because they were sent back. So I didn't lose any money. But fucking stupid. But I mean, I laugh, but I also understand that people shopping for the first time online internationally, you know, learn about these things sometimes just through experience. And that was my true experience, not realizing. And I never got the Coach boots because I thought it was a scam and I said no. Now, if I had known that there would be $100 cash on delivery fee in order for me to receive the boots, I don't know if I would have bought them, because that was way more expensive than the $200 that I thought like I could do it. I could treat myself to that, right? I might not have even bought them because they don't tell you how much you're going to pay in customs and duties unless you do a prepay option where it tells you at checkout, like that's what we do at Holo Taco. I would never do it otherwise unless there was some extraneous, well, with tariffs, that's, I can't help you there. But generally speaking, if we can, we absolutely communicate it at checkout. Most brands do. It just makes for a smoother experience for international customers. So that's more common now. But I think it was less common a decade or two ago. So everything was just COD, cash on delivery. But I might not have purchased it had I known. Now the brand, like Coach or any brand at least 15 years ago, would just plead ignorance and be like, I don't know what the fuck your country wants to charge, so we can't tell you what it's gonna be. And there is some truth to that. There is some truth to brands not necessarily knowing what your country decides to charge you. Because it is, I think, kind of a shit show when it comes to customs is just going to assess this at the time and decide. Now, there's way more like improvement in that where they basically estimate it. It's not even like exactly. It's kind of an estimation. So they have tools, you know, through, I guess it's like algorithms that like help them calculate how much it's going to be. And it's effectively an estimation, but the company, the brand will just pay the difference. So like that's what we'll do, you know. But they've gotten better over time to know like, you know, what percentage is it, whatever. But there was an era where like customs just charge whatever the fuck they want when it came in, or at least that's my perception. I'm just like, what the fuck. So anyways, I never got my Coach boots, but I learned a valuable lesson that day. What are customs and duties? That's when I learned the hard way. Yep. They could have at least left a message at checkout. And maybe they did and I didn't like notice, or I didn't realize how significant it would be. Or maybe they just didn't write that and just expect like that's on you in your country, which is also like logically I get it. Like it's not your fault. But if you're trying to make for a smooth customer experience, like you would try and help. But I learned a lot. And I am like an expert in being an international customer. So I hope that for the maybe 10 to 15% of international customers in this chat, people who live in not the States, appreciate that like I do care and I know a lot just from personal experience to try and make that process the easiest as possible. While I can't change what the governments charge each other across countries, like I can't, I wish, or I can't change tariffs or its impacts, I will do my best to at least make it seamless or easier to understand. Even though it keeps fucking changing in the last year or two, and sometimes we don't even understand, and nobody does, because you have to keep catching up because there's just no clear like direction. Like I'm speaking of tariffs, yeah. I'm an international businesswoman. It is weird to think of myself as like international, but America is just like the world, you know, to themselves and the rest of the world. So we all kind of look at ourselves relative to America. I don't know. It's not a good thing, but it's just, it is what it is. Is it weird to think that since the customer is paying the tariff, if the US cut out the middleman for tariffs, cut out the middleman? Well, who's the middleman? Like the other country who has to collect it? For those of us in the States, we would be paying the US directly. Sorry, wait, I'm lost. My brain's not working. So like the Canadian customer, when there was tariffs, because there was a period where Canada imposed tariffs on Canadians for people ordering from the States, and Holo Taco had no choice but to put them on for a period. If the US cut out the middleman, it's not really middleman, it's the other country. I don't know if I'm following, but that's maybe my bad. I don't know, sorry. It's not easy to understand, honestly. Like, ay. And there's always constant like threats of we're gonna do this and we're gonna charge this, and I don't know. Has it worked? Is American life better? Oops. That's 8 shade names. Velvet Room. Not Velvet Rope. That was an alternate name. That didn't work. The EU just likes to punish its own citizens for buying stuff from outside the EU. That's the logic. Actually, that's a good way to put it. That's why, or the oversimplification of why countries charge tax on their own people for ordering elsewhere, because they're like, no, you're not helping our economy, don't do that, we'll charge you extra. That's what happened to my Coach boots, but then I said no. Okay, fine, I won't help Coach in America. So you can't take my money, Canada. I mean, I didn't know really much deeper than I just want boots, but it's basically a punishment. It's not a punishment, it's a deterrent in theory. It's supposed to deter people from buying from outside countries to encourage them to buy locally. The problem is not everything you want is available locally. Like, and that's never gonna happen. I can't spell chandelier, holy shit. Shanda. Is that it? That's like the one word I can't spell without. So, I was gonna say checkout. Without word check. I think that's correct, right? And maybe it looks weird in caps. Chandelier? Oh, it is right then. Spell it like it's French. Chandelier. I think that's correct then, right? No one else knows if it's correct. We're just guessing. Chandelier. Okay. C'est correct. There are finally lawsuits against Amazon for price fixing. That's good. That's different, right? Than customs and duties, though, right? You know what's fucking crazy? Fuck, what's it called? It's not price fixing, but where they change the price tag based on who is there with like a digital price. Like, say you're at a grocery store and there's the little sign that says how much it is, and then it's now a digital sign, and they change the price based on who's there or what time of day, and they dynamic pricing, or they charge more when it's the middle of the day because they think those are richer people, or they charge or they start to do like face targeting software and charge I don't know, men more than women. I mean, go ahead. Just kidding. Dynamic pricing where it changes. This already happens on the internet all the time. Like, you're shopping for airlines. When's the last time you booked a flight and then you're like a friend or family member you were going with tried to book the same one and you guys got a different price? Why? Based on your history, based on the amount of times you clicked to look at the trip and then the value just went up. That's dynamic pricing. T. But this is not new. I think what's newer is you start to see it in real life. And I went to one grocery store where they actually have a virtual, like a digital tag with the price. That's what I've seen. First time in my life in Ottawa that I've seen it. There's one farm boy that I noticed had it, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? It doesn't mean they're doing that. I have no evidence that that's what's happening, but it means it's possible. I'm not accusing them of doing that, but like, but it's possible. Is that legal? I don't know. I don't know enough about those consumer laws. Down with Amazon. They are horrible to workers. Is wildfire smoke really bad in Ottawa? No. Thank you, Andrea, and anyone else who's asked. I have not noticed any smoke. Although I get warnings all the time from the Weather Network about smoke. But I don't know. I guess we're in just this weird clearance that it hasn't affected me, but it's affecting you. That sucks. And hope you're staying safe and breathing well out there. But you can also make it work for when the price is low. If you know enough to know how to beat their game, yes. But so many people like can't shop like that, you know? Like you gotta shop when you can shop or something. So it just is what it is, right? So I don't know. I'm interested in like understanding it more, because I feel like I can't really talk about whether it's good, bad, who it suits or benefits. I mean, okay, there's some obvious ones, but I don't understand how it's being applied I don't perfectly understand how it's being applied in a brick and mortar world, like meaning in the literal stores. I've just heard that like it makes it possible. Let me just make sure I'm sticking these on. But I would like to watch more content about it to understand it. I mean, I know airlines do that. So whenever I book a flight, you know, I always try and start a new browser or incognito. I don't even think that necessarily works. If you're on the same Wi-Fi, you can also know. It fucking knows everything. They're dynamic pricing on cars? How? When you walk into a dealership? I mean, well, that's just car salespeople. They just negotiate and try and see the most they can get. I guess that's like the OG dynamic pricing. Car salesman. Yeah, fair. Actually, that's dynamic pricing, I guess. But it's not using like an algorithm. It's just using someone's subjective assessment of how much they can get you to pay and how much of a salesman they are, you know, quote unquote. Where do you go for that kind of content? I just watch various video essayists, like not even one person in particular, but if I can't even remember. It might have been like a news segment on dynamic pricing. But I saw one somewhat recently and I was like, what? It's in the grocery store? And then I saw it in real life. Not that that's actually what's happening. Maybe they literally just have digital stickers because that is smart. So that you don't need a merchandiser like sticking stickers on all the time. That I understand. Because as someone who used to do that at Shepherd's Drug Mart for one of my jobs, I'd spend fucking hours going around the store replacing all the stickers. So, you know, when there's better things to be done. So I don't hate digital price tags. That's just technology. But it does open the door for those to change the price at any time. Like, too easily. You remember the term from a marketing course? Yeah. Interesting. What's on your other hand? Velvet Room with unicorn number 1. That's why it has like a glow to it. And sunscreen. That's why it's kind of turned a little satin. And sunscreen. Extra top coat. I've seen videos of people seeing it change, but haven't experienced it myself. That would be crazy if I'm like in the store looking at oats and it says like $4.99 and then I'm just looking at the price tag and it goes $5.99. Like, what? Like, did I just catch the rare moment in like every 3 years where they increase prices? Or is it dynamic pricing and it's going to go back to $4.99 when I leave? Price changed as a direct result of your overnight oats video. They know I will buy oats at any cost. Yeah. And that's part of the strategy of dynamic pricing, right? Like, they take your purchase history and decide how committed of a consumer you are to this type of product. And they know that if you're easy to convert meaning like purchase and go through with the transaction, that they can get away with charging more because you're just extremely motivated. So you put oats at $5.99, I'll probably still buy them because I just need my fucking oats. And then go back down for someone who's more like questionable or has no history of buying oats, right? And that's, I guess, the crux of dynamic pricing and the logic. Now, some people think it's good because part of the logic is like, well, rich people never look at the price, so who cares that they are quote unquote overpaying, you know? But I don't know. I would ask you to consider, like, so should I overpay for oats because I'm rich? When you put someone you know that you like in the same scenario, you maybe think differently. You're maybe like, well, I don't know. No, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of an emotional question, I think. That's a little bit of it. Now, if you are, yeah, it's the oat tax. Now, here's the thing, though. At least in Canada, I'm not talking about America. You know, we pay rich people. We rich people are supposed to pay way more, proportionally more, not just way more money, but a higher proportion of our income more in taxes. So that tax of just being rich and paying more is already occurs in theory. So if that's already, if you accept that that's already taking place to rich people, should I still be overcharged on oats by $1 just because I can be? I think it's like an interesting question. I suppose your answer might be different if, you know, rich people in my scenario are doing what I hear the headlines are in America, which is paying 0 taxes. I have no idea how they do that. I would not fly here. I would be in jail. So, I don't know. It's not the shop's responsibility to gouge and tax rich people, but the government's fair. Yep. Yeah, these are two different things. I hear you. I was more speaking to the sentiment of like, well, fuck rich people, just charge them anyways. What do they care, you know? But the company, who presumably is not the government, of this hypothetical food store, maybe just thinks they can get away with it more and profit more off rich people from, you know, which is like true. Like, yeah, because they have more disposable income in theory. So they wouldn't care if it was $5.99 oats in theory. So do you take advantage of that anyways? I don't know. I think like it's an interesting question. And I think if you're, oops, I just put this on the wrong one. Oh my God, I'm fired. I think if you're not rich, then it's a lot easier to be like, yeah, who cares? Like, charge them, let them lose money, you know, because we're all human, I think, unless you pressed X to remain a machine. I'm probably like, I don't know if frugal's the right word, but I'm like a conservative rich person. Not conservative in the political leaning. But like, yeah, I it's also like a weird word to use, but I'm also like not gonna lie and be like, you know, I understand, yes. But I wasn't always rich though, so. But no, like I don't want to overpay for something, like just because I can. It depends. If it's a gift for someone or an experience, and I know it's like a little pricey, but I can, and it's gonna be something great that someone will really appreciate, then I'll do it, and like whatever. But if it's just like, I don't know, like, oh, I know this footstool is so overpriced on Amazon, I can get one for like half the price if I just go to Walmart. Like, I'll probably just go to Walmart. You know, like, because why? It really depends. Like, just because you can pay for something, like, doesn't mean you should, is my philosophy. So I'm not flippant about it. And I just think that's generally a healthy way to think, no matter how much money you have. A splurge is different than being blasé. Yeah. I don't think anyone likes overpaying. Yeah. Okay, fair. Well, I don't know. Like, sometimes you see TikToks about quote unquote like multi-millionaires or the daughters of multi-millionaires, and they're just like, how much was this? I don't know. I don't care. And it's like a discourse that it's like, who cares? And it's maybe it's a bit rage bait, you know, because they want normal people to watch it and get upset. Money is imaginative anyways. Yeah, it doesn't exist. My dad used to say, money grows on trees, you know? Or I'd be like, Dad, can I have Parasuco jeans for Christmas? And he'd be like, what do you think? Money grows on trees? I'd be like, yes. Do you have a money tree? He'd go, why don't you check the money tree in the backyard? Where is it? He would be very proud. I know. Of the way my life turned out. I mean, he did see that, so he saw it. I need a money tree. I know, right? You just gotta find the seed. Plant it. No. What if you sell a money tree? That's actually a good shade name. Money tree? I don't know what collection, but like it's kind of cute and silly. Money tree. Huh. It reminds me of Far From the Tree from the Holo Renaissance collection. I feel like it'd be a similar color. Maybe more of a frosted metal though. Such a dad thing to say. He said so many dad things. He said, have some fun before you die. He said, what do I look like? I have a money tree? And then if I said a joke I thought was funny, he would say, funny as a crutch. And then I'd be like, a crutch isn't funny. And he goes, yeah, that's the point. Oh, thanks, Dad. The dad joke collection. Silly munchkins can help. Yeah, he was roasting me all the time. Constantly roasting me. Summer scandal. Okay. Look at all. I really like the Coastal Cremes collection. I wouldn't pick a creme first if I was on an island. Obviously, I would pick Holo, but I just love the way they turned out. They're so fun. My dad would always say when I was thirsty, I'm Friday, come over Saturday, and we'll have a Sunday. That's so stupid. I love it. I thought you had Holo Taco branded swatch sticks for a second. I mean, I made them branded by adding my logo. Oh, we still have Midnight Marina. Where is it? Oh, there it is. The dad joke collection sounds really fun. Could that be April Fool's? Because it's a joke. Dad joke collection. And like all the shade names are dumb shit like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's the strongest idea. But it's kind of funny. It's not as strong as the 9 Lives collection that we spontaneously came up with. Okay, I still have Blue Fizz Taco. Twice. Do I have Blue Fizz Taco twice? No, I need it twice. I feel like your names are already punny dad jokes. Some of them could be classified as such. Money tree, dad jokes, yeah. But money tree alone doesn't sound like a dad joke. Like I would need to tell you a joke to hear it. I think money tree is just a cute name for I don't know what. I gotta write this shit down. I can't keep doing this, coming up with like good ideas and then just losing them. I gotta write it down. I just like the name money tree. It reminds me of mint money. Like that could have, an alternative name could have been money tree for that one, but. Call him whatever you want, but don't call him often. Any hope for sister shades for no apologies, and the price is Alexandrite. I literally just put in a request for product development to basically use no apologies as the formula. Like, do this formula, but X color for something that would be for 2027. I haven't seen the results yet. So I don't know. But like, yeah, there's one shade in a mixed collection where I already submitted. I'm like, make no apologies, but this color. Let's see how it turns out. I think it's gonna be okay, but when you do that color and it's a sheer polish like that, you will get a little tainted by the color of your nail or human skin underneath. Whereas the purple opal tends to like read fine on everyone, but not this other color. So I don't know if it's gonna work out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No. And your other question was the price is Alexandrite. That one is just very unique and it's very pigment dependent. So that's a multi-chrome that is specifically purple to teal, not purple to green. It's not mishift pigment. It's different. But it also has purple flakes in it. And I can't remember, was it scattered holo? Some other holo. Oh my god. You wanna know something so funny? Are you watching? Maybe not. I'm gonna show you this. Maybe you should not even watch it. My bestie literally just texted me a picture of her bathroom with all her Holo Taco and said, I'm organizing. I'll show you a picture. She won't mind because I've shared this before. That's her washroom with all the Holo Taco. Now, I don't know if she said this because she has my stream on, in which case, hi bestie. Welcome back from your vacation. And now we're organizing together, or if she's not watching and it's literally just coincidence and that's why we're besties. But so she's got the Jackpot collection and I guess she's unboxing them, and that's her shelf of just Holo Taco in her bathroom. I think she needs another shelf though. I think you need another shelf. I think you need another room. Hey bestie. Yeah, she likes them on the wall, which I fully get, rather than like putting them in the display racks if you don't have the room. Okay, these are done. Actually, let's load them on their appropriate wheels. But yeah, storage is tough, you know, and most of us are probably like, you have a lot of Holo Taco polishes. We've done this poll before. A lot of you have a lot of them. I personally, for years, chronic hoarder of nail polish, love the built-in shelves because then just the room and everything feels super clean and it becomes like a centerpiece. And I don't just mean like for set so I can stream. Like genuinely, before I realized this was my life and I need a set to film in front of, I was like, no, I want a nail polish shelf because it just looks fucking cool. And now I need 2, and now I need 4 to cover the wall. Like, I just really like it. I just think it looks cool. And obviously it looks cool on camera, but even if I wasn't streaming it and I just like had this insane hobby obsession for no reason that wasn't related to like doing it for camera and whatever, I love the built-in shelf look. I think it's really clean and fun, or just at least shelf against the wall look rather than stacking things on the floor or on a sideboard. It just makes it like a centerpiece. It makes it art. That's what I'm looking for. This is a wall of art. It's not just a set to me. It's my art. All my creations. Creme wheel. I'm considering a revolving rack. So for space saving reasons, and I've seen a lot of this in the Simply Discord, if you go to the Holo Taco Shrine chat in the Simply Discord, there's a lot of ideas if you're looking for some from this community of like how people store their nail polish, basically. The Shrine channel is kind of a proxy for like looking at people's storage. I love seeing what people do. I think if you don't have a wall to like do what I did, which yes, is grand and ridiculous, a revolving rack or those like spinning racks. I've seen those on Amazon. Hopefully they don't do dynamic pricing on you. But like those like circular spinning racks or square shaped ones. I never actually got one of those, but I've seen them in like the clear plastic acrylic. Maybe it's not the best workmanship material, whatever, but it works if you need something that's, you know, you can spin around. If you like shelves and mobile ones, we have our Holo Taco shelves, but they fit 45 bottles. So I still use those in my other office, but I just put limited edition and then toppers in one. So I always have like all my toppers right behind me in my Holo Taco shelf, rather than like 100% of all my nail polish as a duplicate in my office upstairs. So I like that idea. If you just like want a little display and maybe you are selective about what goes in there, like just toppers or limited edition ones or something like that. So that's kind of subjective, but that's how I do it. Here, let's do a poll. So I'm seeing like wall shelves. Let's think of all the categories. So the question is, why am I screaming at you? How do you store your nail polish? Now this assumes you have enough to store. We're just gonna make that assumption. And I'm gonna do mostly, like, yeah, maybe not all 100% of it, but just how do you store your nail polish? Most of it. Wall / shelf, like I have. Drawers. Okay. Like IKEA Helmers are something you'll hear people say a lot of. So that's like drawers under your desk or just drawers somewhere. Drawers in a closet. What else? Racks in a bookshelf. That's wall or shelf, is it? This is a tricky one. A rolling cart. Yeah, what the fuck? What category would that be? This is too hard. A bar cart. Carrying cases? Okay. Like carrying case. Yes, I've seen those. That's a display rack. Now, that's kind of like a wall shelf, but it's on a... I hear you. I could see overlap, but I do think display rack, and I'll put example, the Holo Taco one. It doesn't have to be the Holo Taco one, but display rack can include those rotating ones or ones that are similar format to Holo Taco, where it takes up a bit of desk space, but it's in a rack. The wall shelf is strictly up and against. Maybe it's in a bookshelf. Okay, I think that's the best we can do. Let's let that accumulate a little. All of the above. Oh my god. You need to consolidate. I'm seeing, yeah, a few people say it back in their collection boxes. So my sister does that. But then some of them that don't have collection box, if it has a collection box, she keeps the polish in that box. If it doesn't have a collection box, then she's put the bottles in a Holo Taco display rack in a closet. So now she just has multiple display racks of Holo Taco taking up a closet because we have more collections that don't have boxes for her to put them back in. So I don't know if I'm helping or hurting that problem. Okay, where does this guy go? He could go here. Maybe here? I don't know. Let's just do here. My floor drobe. Uh-oh, is that code for it's on the floor? Dear YouTube, we still need more poll options. I know, they literally never listen to us. I keep mine in a cabinet hutch. Does that count as a wall? Yeah, because it's like up off the floor or a desk, and it's like tucked in above. I don't know. I know this isn't the easiest poll to quantify, to operationalize. Speaking of operationalizing, I met up with some coworkers from my previous life as a crime statistics analyst. They still do that. But yeah, a couple girlies that I used to work with that we called ourselves the Tea Club. The Tea Club. Because back at Statistics Canada before COVID, that's where I worked. And before COVID, and when it was open concept workplaces, we would like make a little spot on our floor where we had a tea kettle and tea, and we'd store it all there, and then we'd share the tea. And I was, often getting tea for free from David's Tea or whatever, so I'd bring in tea for all of us to enjoy. And we just called it the Tea Club because we had just copious amounts of tea, and it was like a fun little break just to literally break up the day and get to hang out. And then one time, Statistics Canada, which is a big government organization in Canada, I think they tweeted. I'm trying to remember. I think they tweeted that it was International Tea Day or something, because they're trying to be more relevant and funny on Twitter. This is back when Twitter was Twitter. And I, as Nailogical, replied something. I can't remember. There's a picture of it somewhere. And they answered me and said something like the greatest tea club, or reinforced something like that. So at work we and is the stream okay? I just got a warning we were disconnecting. That's weird. Are we connected? Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, there was a weird blip. Anyways, we printed out this iconic tweet that our own employer, it's not the boss, obviously, but the social media team replying to us. So we printed it and put it beside the tea kettle, where we had our tea club. So as a result, we called ourselves the Tea Club. And I just thought that was funny. And so many years later, we still sometimes, when we have the time, go out for a drink or tea. And I just think it's super cute to try and keep, connections with people that you don't see otherwise. And right now, a lot of people are work from home, and they have less opportunity to have fun things like a tea club, because it doesn't exist anymore. Because there's no permanent offices in for most of the people who work in the Canadian government. You don't get your own desk anymore. It's just very different. Even if they are forced into the office sometimes, just because of public mandates, they don't get to keep their own desk. They have to remove everything every night. So that means you can't even really have a tea club that stays where you can decorate the wall. Anyways, I met up with them last night, and we went to a speakeasy in Ottawa. A speakeasy is I learned about this term in New York, actually. It's a hidden little lounge, like a velvet room. And there was a new one that opened up. I saw it on social media. See, the ads got me. They targeted me, and they said, "You will love this, Simplynailogical." And they were correct. There was a little speakeasy that just opened up last week that was tea themed, Mad Hatter tea themed. Oh my god, wait, do you work there? Cause it was so fucking hot in there. We have aircon. Yeah, you must be, that must be what you're talking about, right? Cause why else would you chat this? It's a temporary fix because the outdoor unit is too big for the indoor unit. Okay, yes, please. That needs to be fixed immediately. Anyways, it was a little Mad Hatter Tea Club, we're all mad. I posted some pictures on my Snapchat from last night. They'll still be there until this evening because it's 24 hours if you want to see. The concept was so fun and perfect for our tea club meetup. And I was like, oh my god, we're all crazy, we're all mad. And also it's the tea club. So we're going to this thing that I literally just saw on social media. And it was perfect for our little group meetup. And you don't really come across fun, you know, things like that. Or at least I don't as often. Like themed things so specific like that. So when you see those opportunities, you know, you gotta take it. Okay, how am I supposed to get this all the way over here when my entry point is here? No! Midnight Marina, why you do this to me? It looks so cool on Snap, right? He gonna drive you mad? It kind of did. Like, we were like sweating in there, but you know, it was too cute. A tea speakeasy. Yes, so there was like tea and cocktails and like a tea tray, you know. It was way too hot to get tea though, so I only had like cold cocktails. But yeah, it was very cute. Please fix the air conditioner for the one chatter who maybe works there. Just made a cup of Simply Maple breakfast. Tastes similar to caramel tea. Ooh, that I used to love that they reformulated. Thanks for making me new fave. Perfect. Yes, if you like caramel, you probably like maple. They're similar families of tastiness. Hello, gorgeous queen. Hello, silly munchkins. Dad joke. What did baby corn say to mama corn? Where's popcorn? Have a lovely day, everyone. Stay hydrated. Cheers. As I'm drinking this. Yes. Can't you just push them all around the ring? Well, no, because... See? Once I get to here... Oh, I guess I could... But then they, like, it might fall off, you know what I mean? I'm gonna lose a few. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take these off. We're close, but... Don't break a nail. Don't fall off, don't fall off. Don't fall off. I didn't realize the hinge was blocking. Yeah, it's like when you get too many on the ring, then you kind of run into this problem. So I did try to get bigger rings, but then the width of the silver ring was too wide to fit in the swatch stick. And I'm like, well, that's not helpful. Use 2 rings? I know. I just like them all on one. I'm a completionist. And I want to keep the family of cremes together. But yeah, we're going to have to... At our next creme launch. Which is not forthcoming. We're relaxing on cremes for now. After Coastal Cremes. But like, look at how pretty. It could be like a fan. Like this. Beautiful cremes. I love how like fun and funky they are. It's not just 87 colors of pink. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of that neutrals whatever zone. But like, nope. We got everything. We've done every color. Shocking. It's very satisfying. Okay, let's close this. How do you store your nail polish mostly? Let's see. 35%, the most of you in drawers. 34%, okay. So when I see people with drawers, it's like IKEA Helmers is a common, very specific piece of furniture that I'll see people do. 25% on a wall or shelf system. 14% in a carrying case or tackle box or something like put away. Minority there. I wonder, I'm gonna guess it's not just because like you always travel with it. It's just that's where it's, maybe you don't have space to put it in drawers or wall shelf, so you just kind of like tuck it in a box. Or maybe you don't want anyone to steal them, so you hide them. 26% on a display rack, but not a wall shelf system. So like the Holo Taco display rack or one of those clear acrylic display racks, you know. Okay, that's a good quarter, you know, who does a display rack system. which is the easiest way to display your Holo Taco or your nail polish and not have to like build a fucking shelf system. You know what I mean? Because like if you want to show it off or just have easy access to it and it's just like you like looking at it, then the easiest way is just get a display rack and then you can just you build it yourself and it's easy. But building a wall or installing shelves maybe is not as reasonable for everyone. So yeah, I hear that. Simply, your polish saves lives. What? In my apartment, someone accidentally made their pew-pew go off? What does that mean? What does it mean what I think it means? The bullet was stopped by my Holo Taco. Is this serious? Or is this a joke? I literally cannot tell. This is either the most American thing I've ever heard in my life, or this is a joke. I'm not sure. What? I mean, I'm glad no one was hurt. That's, I'll say that. Simply, the green you're wearing on your left hand. What are you talking about? How many more drops until we see it again? Not a joke? Oh my. Well, I'm glad everyone's okay. What the fuck? Okay, next wheel. Toppers. Oh yeah, we split up the toppers. Yes, I know. It's America. At least they don't have customs and duties. Bad joke. It just circled back to what we were talking about. Yeah, I guess, you know, no country is perfect. Living everywhere is hard, actually, now that I think about it. You know what I mean? Like, where do you go? Where do we go when the lights go out? Sorry, that's a song. I'm shooketh in European. I am shook every single time I hear, you know, very American stories. I call it very American because I'm just like, that's fucking crazy. And the same story happens all the time, every day. But it's just, yeah, it's the way of life, I suppose. No one really wants to do much about it. I mean, not no one, but no one in charge really wants to do much about it, I guess. But yeah, I totally get the absolutely bewildered shock as someone who has lived in Canada their whole lives. Whenever I hear things in America that, like, it's not that it doesn't happen ever in Canada. Relax, that's not what I mean. But just like, you know, there's things, policies aimed to reduce it-ish. And it's just not the same. Because it would go against your rat to do pew-pew. My brain does not understand. Actually, I do. I get it. It's cultural and rooted in a very specific cultural pride and identity that we just don't have. So, or it's just different. Why did I put these on backwards, motherfucker? I'm gonna redo them. Oh, what can you do when you live in a shoe, huh? That's another, like, dad line. What can you do when you live in a shoe? I've never made it to a live. Started binge watching your content recently. Really? New person. Everyone act normal. So calming and entertaining. Yes, we're very calming. We're just yapping. If someone says, oh, I'm new here, I'm like, wait, shit, what did I just say for the last 3 hours? Because I don't, like, really think about it, you know, I need to, like, an active thinking about what you're saying when I'm streaming anymore. Because I'm just be yapping. We're in Yapville, yeah, exactly. That's actually where I live. I don't live in Ottawa, Canada. I live in Yapville. Which is a skill that has been developed over years. I wasn't always this yappy. BB No Money, BB No Money girl's here. What now? BB No Money recently shaved. Can he get a collab? What? Did I say he couldn't have a collab because he had hair before? What? Swatching streams are comfort streams? They are fun. Okay. Look at all of our toppers. I mean, I didn't add suit taco. Why didn't I do that at the same time? You dum-dum. Okay, let's do that now. I'm gonna do these. So these are the 2 new toppers from Jackpot. We got Winning Streak Taco, which is a good seller, that one. That's the gold. It's basically a proxy for gold reflective taco. Some of you are like, give me gold reflective taco. It has gold reflective, but it also has other gold bits in it so that you can still see it sparkle even when it's not at the, ideal reflective lightings, because it has like gold hollow glitter and gold hollow shards. So that's kind of our answer to it. Which definitely, if put on the royalty vote to bring back list, would be a limited run. Can we talk about the term yap? Like, why is it calling people yappers a thing? I don't know. It has been rude for so long to call people that. Has it? I never really thought about that. Maybe in in the boomer generation, they used to, men would be like, my wife yaps too much. And it would be negative. Is that what you mean? I feel like I could maybe picture that, but I guess in my own life experience, I never encountered that myself. Maybe I heard that on an American television show. But I don't know. And sometimes words or sayings just get co-opted, by a new generation of people who repurpose it. Like calling ourselves hey bitch, there was a time where even calling your friend that out of a jokey sense was oh, don't call that, don't say that. But now it's hey bitch, I'll say that to my friend all the time, or my sister. And it's I don't know, it's fine. I mean, I guess not everyone has the same sense of humor. But maybe what's a more recent example? Girl, this one, for sure, girly, the way people say, hold on, I'm blanking, I need a better example. This one's for the girlies, this color's for the girlies, or workout for the girlies, or whatever. And it's today, no one uses that saying only girls, literal women. People, that's not what they mean, right? They're just it's a term. Even some guys are just I'm one of the girls, and it's fine. And it's kind of cute. But maybe 15 years ago, if you said this one's for the girls or the girlies, people would see that as exclusionary, right? It would be interpreted as with intent to exclude men. And if, for example, you said, this nail polish is such a good color for girls, for the girls, 15 years ago, people might be okay, so you're saying men can't wear nail polish. But today, if a nail polish brand wrote this one's for the girls, I don't think people think that brand is saying men can't wear nail polish. I think they're being it's for everyone. But it's kind of funny and interesting, just from language evolvement, that's not a word, perspective, that we've all kind of just adapted and know that it's just cute. We're all baby girl. Yeah, exactly. Anyone can be baby girl. Yeah. That's another good example. It's just interesting. Same with saying girly pop. Yeah. Hey, girly pops. Like, it doesn't mean just girls, right? I think it's cute. But I'm always like mindful. I'm like, have to kind of assess the situation and be like, are most people going to interpret this as ill-intended or as not harmful at all? So I'll try and figure that out before I do something, even if I think it's fine. Because who am I, you know? Where do I even put this? I don't even know. I think it should go beside Gold Scattered Holo Taco, yes. It's like how someone might call a group of people guys. Like, you, yeah, and that forever has... I still say you guys to a group of girls. Like, I can't really shake it. I don't know. I guess that's such a millennial term. Like, hey guys. I probably say it to you. Like, I don't use the word guys ever to say, like, men. But I still do it. And only if I'm, like, writing something out and, like, thinking about it. Maybe I wouldn't write, hey guys. Like, when I'm talking to my team on, like, Holo Taco, I won't write, hey guys. Like, if I'm typing it out, I think more about it. I always write holo everyone or holo all. That's how I address my team on emails or Slack. I go holo. I literally never say hi or hello. I'm not even just saying that. I always say hello. But I don't say guys. Yeah, if I'm thinking about it. But to you guys, yeah, that's something I can't really shake, you know? It was such a quintessential YouTube greeting. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah. Yes, 100%. Okay, Sweet Yourself Taco is gonna stand out so nicely right here. But I don't think I'll ever be able to shake that. Guys is gender neutral to me. And now so is girlies, right? I think. They both need to be gender neutral, or else we can't, like, you can't have one without the other. That's how I feel like we just gotta, both of them are fine. If everyone agrees, then I'm fine with it, you know? I don't think anyone is correct, but I think when a majority, you can start to see, like, an acceptance of one thing or another for something like, you know, like this, then I'm like, I usually align with, like, well, do other people think it's okay? Is it most people? How do people feel? And then I'm like, okay, I can get on board, you know? How do we all feel? I'm a dude. Everyone's a dude. I said dude all the time, too. I think I've kind of stopped saying dude as much. Guys, I literally cannot get out of my vernacular, but dude, I said all the time. For sure. Hey, dude. Okay, we've done these tacos. We're gonna wrap up after this Jackpot stickies. Stick them on. Wait. They're this way. I gotta stick the stickers on this way or else I'm fired. I say dude and bro all the time. I've started saying, like, bruh, like, as, like, a joke. You know what I mean? Where, like, someone does something stereotypically kind of dumb boy. I go, bruh, what are you doing? I don't know where that came from. Probably something I saw on TikTok or YouTube that was goofing on boys. I don't know. I'm just like, hey, bruh. Or I'll say it to Ben. Or, like, someone in our lives will do something a little dumb, and I'll just be like, bruh. As a Gen Xer, I don't say bro. It's too weird for me. I don't think I say say bro. Also, I say your brother. That's who printed these labels. Your brother! I'd be saying bro a lot. Yeah, I guess it depends. And sometimes like you were raised on a language, you know, and like cool. I say the word cool all the time. Like that's so cool. No one says that anymore, but that's so cool. My boss said bruh the other day in a meeting and I was so confused. Like, oh, I didn't know you were that chill. Isn't that funny? Like sometimes you know, you're with coworkers or something and someone says a joke or uses a word or references something that maybe you know from social media that's like kind of niche and very cool or on trend, and you're just like, huh, okay, this person is also a person beyond you know, whatever I know them as in this corporate life or whatever your workplace is. It's kind of fun to discover that. A fun thing about getting older is just accumulating decades of slang. Huh. Yeah. I agree, because I have the millennial slang that I can't get rid of, like guys, dude, cool, sick. But I've, like everyone else, you know, being on the internet, I've somewhat adopted some Gen Z slang. Like, it's giving casino. Like, no one said that before. Or hey, girly pops. You know, shooting star tacos for the girly pops, or whatever. We're all just learning and absorbing. We're literally sponges. I'm just a sponge and this world is a nightmare. So do what you can, 'cause this life isn't all fair. You gotta keep up with the lingo. Yeah, you just gotta keep up. Like, I'm cooked, right? I've been saying I'm cooked, like, unironically. Like, the other day, or not the other day, last week I was doing a workout with a friend, and both of us were trying to do something, and then, like, we couldn't, and then we both look at each other and we're like, why are we so cooked? But, like, we never would have said that 10 years ago. Why are we so cooked? Yeah, let him cook. I don't know. It's just, like, it just became fun to say, and it has it's multi-purpose, which I like about let him cook, because you could use that in a few ways. You could say it about yourself, like, I'm cooking, let me cook, let me think. Or why am I cooked? Like, why is this so hard? It is kind of fun to say. Or saying chat. Yeah, well, if you're a streamer and you're saying chat, like, I can say chat because you are my chat. If you guys are saying chat to other people for no reason, you got to explain yourself, chat. Who are you calling chat? Because I can call you chat. Chat is like very core niche streamer language adoption. That's like very online. Yeah. I like it. I like chat. Like using that as a word. I call people chat all the time. Really? We use chat in an omnipresent kind of way. You cooked with the next collection? Maybe literally. Maybe I have to make it make sense. I feel like people are saying it now to refer to AI. Oh, like Chat GPT? Fuck. They have ruined the vibes of the word chat alone, because the word chat alone is cute, right? Like, it refers to a group of people online who is a community who you talk back and forth to. Hey, chat, you know? But yeah, actually that makes sense now, because Chat GPT, I guess, which is not the same as chat in, you know, in your sense. Unless you guys are all robots. You tell me. I don't know if I could tell. Just kidding. If you're all robots, you're really good. You have really good, like, memory. Okay, where do I put these? I really need a new one of these. That's just for... This is my limited edition wheel, but it's kind of become a mix of collabs and anniversaries. And I feel like anniversaries should be its own. But for now, let's just throw it on. Yeah, I don't really have a good order, but we can put it here for now. Hold on, what was that? I tell my students to lock in chat to get their attention. Okay, that's hilarious though. And like a good way to use the lingo of the children. Lock in chat, and then they all pay attention. You should ask the children, hey, are you cooked? Hey guys, are you cooked? No. Hey girly pops, are you cooked? Let that homework cook. I would totally be this annoying if I was a teacher of children, which I should not be. I should not be a teacher of children. You know, I did that once a decade ago when you were all 12, okay? Been there, done that. But if I was, I would probably be the type to, like, you know, utilize this language to my advantage and, like, get their attention and be a little sassy. Let's go, girls. Dun 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 dun. We're cooked. Stringing together 3 generations of slang into one sentence is chef's kiss. The kids would be like, Madame, what do you think I'm teaching French? I don't have my language levels for that. In the government, it's very tough right now for people to get their language levels. You have to be, you have to get grades, literally, in the language that isn't your first language. So if you're English, then you need to get levels in French in order to, like, basically keep your job. So anyone in the government, the Canadian government, maybe there's like 2 of you listening. It's very difficult if you're not fully bilingual. I don't even know if I would get the level that everyone needs these days, because the bar has been raised like a lot. Come on, your French is good. Oui. Selon vous, mais pas selon le gouvernement de la fonction publique du Canada nécessairement. Tu as besoin d'un niveau qui est un peu plus haut. Donc, ça veut dire que tu peux parler comme avoir n'importe quelle conversation avec n'importe qui, sur n'importe quel topic. See, like, again, like I'm forgetting a few things. I don't think I would pass the oral language part of the test to get the levels that everyone needs right now. Like, I passed the test a long time ago, but that was to get a lower level because that was the standard required at the time, and now they've increased the standard. You know enough to get the job done? Yeah, that doesn't matter. Because of budget cuts, because of the economy, and because they're basically firing, I forget the percentage, it varies, somewhere around 10% of the Canadian government because the economy, recession, etc. And one way to shed people is to increase the language limits, or the language requirements, sorry. So if you can't get the level, then sorry, you gotta leave. It's just one of a few ways that is like a strategy, I guess, to get. Yeah, so it's a very stressful time for maybe like 2 people in here who know exactly what I'm talking about. I was just talking to people in the government yesterday, so I was hearing all about it. And I can fully speak French and understand French, but it's not, I don't think I would pass. I might actually have to study a lot in order to get the high level that they need. Yeah. It wouldn't take long to train up to the necessary level. I don't know. I have multiple friends who work for the government in Canada. It's very common to live in Ottawa and work for the government. It's like the joke that half the people who live in Ottawa work for the government. Like, honestly, it might be true. Like, it's not half, but it's a lot. And everyone is doing this across every department. Do you have to be fully bilingual to be a Canadian government employee? Not necessarily. It depends on the position. Each position has a language requirement. But what's happened in the last... let me back up. It's helpful. The reason I got a job at first was because I was capable of saying I'm bilingual and passing the test at the time. But it's not necessary. It depends on the position. It's just like smart to be bilingual or to train, you know? It opens up your options. It's like having a master's degree. It's not necessarily required for the job I got, but it made me get hired maybe over someone else. So no, you do not have to be French, but that's not always true. If it's like a public facing position, you have to be French. Yes, because you need to serve the public. But a lot of government positions are not public facing. But what's happening is because of budget cuts and Canada has no money, recession, what America has done to our economy intentionally, and just like overall recession every 10 years, this kind of happens. The government, you know, is in the process over the next few years of cutting, I forget, somewhere around 10% of government jobs. This happened again. This happened 10 years ago when I was first getting hired, more than 10 years ago. So it took me 4 years to get a permanent position because we were in the middle of a government recession, which we are now in the middle of again. But one strategy to get rid of people to clear positions is to just increase the language level requirements, because then it just makes it harder for people to keep their job, which is like kind of fucked up because they never need, those people in those positions in theory never needed to speak better French. The job, the nature of the job needing to be more French has not changed, but it's just one way to weed people because they have to cut, because we live in the, you know, recession that hits everyone, including the government. And who works at the government? People. So yeah, anyways, literally everyone I know who works for the government, which is like half my friends, are dealing with that right now. Your French toast, yeah, exactly. So if in a parallel universe and I'm still at Statistics Canada, I'm probably like on French training, trying to pass. I probably failed once and I've got to do it again, and it's very stressful. And you will think I speak great French, and I do speak good French, but it's the level, the standard is a lot higher than it used to be, so it's very stressful. Do you miss your job? Yeah, I do. I like the simplicity is the wrong word because it's not simple. It's very complex, nuanced analysis to do crime statistics. But I really liked that type of analytical thinking, paper writing, researching, making scatter plots and charts. I don't miss the stress of fighting to keep your job and having to do French tests. So I did do that 10 years ago in theory, when the last government recession. You miss the routine? Well, I have routine, which I've had to figure out, you know, how to make my own. I think I'm pretty good at that. I just make my own routine. But I do miss like, this is gonna sound weird because like it's not everyone's dream, and I'm in a very privileged position that I can like look back and think this, but there is something about working for someone else that I kind of like, and the someone else being the government is like, okay, it's not really one person. It's like a whole body network. But you know, having a manager who is like, this is what you need to do, this is your deadline. I'm like, okay, yes, boss, got it. And I will do it to my best ability, and I'll fucking make it beautiful. My paper, stunning. I don't know. There was something about that that I guess gave structure and was good for me. I think being in full control of your work destiny and being the one who is the only one really who like has to oversee it is very scary and feels like carrying a lot of weight on your shoulder. It is. That doesn't mean it comes with potentially great reward. And, you know, some people hate their fucking boss. They would love to be their own boss. I fully get that too. I guess asking the question to people who have experience in both is who I would listen to. Because if you've never had experience in a meaningful way of like being the boss and leading everyone or being the final decision makers, and you've only had experience having managers or bosses, which is the majority of people, then it's hard to imagine, right? But it's interesting. You learn a lot on both sides. I actually think I learned so much being an employee. I'm so grateful that I only got famous when I was 26 because it gave me years, and I continued to work for years, as you know. Years of experience of being an employee, of someone telling me what to do, and I learned from them. I learned from their managerial skills, what I like about a manager, what I don't like about a director, and what I can appreciate about being someone in the, you know, the wheel in the machine, the cog in the machine, doing the work. So I can appreciate what that's like. And I think that the value of experience is so valuable. Wow, great sentence, Christine. That means I gotta go. If my sentence is literally like, wow, say less. Give us nothing. The value of experience is valuable. Bruh. We have reached bruh levels of cognitive abilities. Yeah, exactly. All right. With that said, I do have an update for streaming. No stream on Wednesday or Saturday, because I'll be doing something. What's bruh in French? Frère is brother, but doesn't have the same ring to it. No stream Wednesday or Saturday. Don't hate me. You're not gonna hate me when you see why. I am a busy girly pop this week. Yes, I cannot make it to stream. You'll see. With that said, thank you guys for the yap. We be yapping out here. And thank you to the mods, the cats, the dogs, everyone. I'll be back on Wednesday. Not this Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Maybe. I still have to sort through a few things. I might have to actually change the day of the week, but we'll figure it out. I'll see you soon, okay? I'll see you soon. We got business and things to do, you know? But you will absolutely follow my Snapchat, Simplynailogical without the L, because that's probably where I'll end up posting things. Great stream. Thank you, Chris, and thank you guys for hanging out with me and always chilling and chatting. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all soon, I swear. Bye.